This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16 through 17. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright, which right there just goes to show how you Edomites are the basest of men, the lowest of the low on planet Earth. You sold your blessing, your birthright, and the glories of the kingdom for a piece of uncooked meat. Verse 17, for ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, because the Most High has indignation against the Edomites forever, as it states in Malachi 1 and 4, though we sought it carefully with tears. You Edomites are the people of the Most High's curse. You were just created to be the vessels of wickedness, the sword and whipping stick of the Most High to punish the children of Israel for transgressing, but we're quickly coming to an end of your role as the sword of the Most High. That's why your system worldwide is collapsing. Your economies are on the verge of collapse. Your birth rates are declining globally. Your women are leaving you for other nations of men. And especially in America, you Edomites are getting ravaged by that opioid epidemic with hundreds dying daily. You're on the last leg of your rulership. This is Isaiah 34, verse 5 through 6. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, which is just a Greek way of saying Edom, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, for all the wickedness you've committed against Jacob, not just in the past, but up until today. Like I said earlier, breaking up Jake's family, putting the woman over the man so she can get those government checks and create single-parent households, poisoning Jake's food, getting Jake caught up on false charges so he can get shot to death by the police. The list goes on and on. This is Psalms 137. I'm going to start at verse 7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, when the Babylonians sacked the temple, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. And the Edomites are saying that today, trying to cut Jake off from being a people by putting Planned Parenthood all throughout Jake's neighborhoods to get these women to have abortions, and cutting Jake's identity off from knowing who he truly is by saying that they're so-called Hispanics, Latinos, African Americans, Black, Kemetic, Egyptian, all that BS. Verse 8, O daughter of Babylon. Here you can see how Edom is synonymous with Babylon, who art to be destroyed, that sacrifice in Basra and upon all Idumea. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. This 1,000 years is going to be complete hell for you Edomites. We're going to repay you Edomites back for what you did to Jake. But of course, in righteousness, we're not going to do anything wicked like rape your sons and daughters and wives right in front of you. This is Isaiah 14, verse 21 to 22. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. Going to show how you Edomites are going to pay for the sins of your fathers, because through the reincarnation you are your fathers. And now it's time to pay the tab, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities, as it says in Malachi 1 and 4, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. There's going to be no more Make America Great Again. For I will rise up against them, saith Yahweh of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, and remnant, and son, and nephew, saith Yahweh. This is going to be after that 1,000 years of hardcore bondage and slavery. There shall be no remnant left of Edom. I'm going to close it off in Obadiah. I'm going to start at verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast one of them, showing that you had no brotherly love towards Jacob. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Jehoiada in the day of their destruction, neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Back in Psalms 137, remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. Verse 13, thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yeah, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. Y'all are going to drink the dregs of that cup of that 1,000 years of hardcore bondage and slavery. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, the southern kingdom of the so-called Negroes, and the house of Joseph a flame, the northern kingdom of the so-called Latinos and Native Americans, both tribes coming together again. And the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining in the house of Esau, for Yahweh hath spoken it. And cut off from Babylon the name, the remnant, the son, and the nephew, saith Yahweh. So while you other heathens are going to be able to go back to your land and live under our laws, you Edomites are going to be done after that 1,000 years, and rightfully so. Under your rulership, the earth's just perished. You have chemtrails in the sky, you have pollutions in the ocean, you have GMO foods giving people cancer, you have relationships between men and women destroyed so much that you've got all these homosexuals, lesbians, and transgenders running around. You've got a constant state of deadly warfare. You Edomites have shown that you are not fit to rule this planet. So with this video, I hope you sincere Akim were edified. With each passing day, we're getting closer and closer to our salvation. So just keep pushing this word as hard as you can so you aren't taken out of this truth so close to the finish line. So as always, I'm going to say Abba Bal, Kwam Yasharala. Until next time, Shalom.